Good morning, it's Jeff and Wilma here at Budrum. This morning we're going to make this video, we're going to make some crystallized ginger and also some ginger pickles. So first of all I want to show you the results of our early ginger harvest. So I've got a couple of containers here of ginger I've sliced up for the candied ginger, and I'll just show you, they're about 2 or 3 mils thick, something like that. And I've got 3 bowls of this ginger that I cut up for the... I might have went overboard with that, but I was having so much fun cutting it really thin, so I went to town.
Is that for the pickles?
That's for the pickles. So I'm going to make the start off with the crystallized ginger. I've got 4 cups of water in this heavy base saucepan. I'm going to turn the heat on, and I'm going to add 4 cups of raw sugar. I'm just going to dissolve that raw sugar in the water, and then so we've got 450 grams of the cut up ginger ready for crystallizing. Okay, so our syrup is our sugar is dissolved in the water to make a nice syrup. So I'm just going to add my 450 grams of I'll probably try and do it without splashing it. I'll probably cut these a little bit thicker than I would have if it was mature ginger. So because it's nice and young.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got no grain or anything.
Very fine. Yeah. So we're just going to bring it to a simmer and let it simmer for 1 hour. Start on this ginger pickles. So got some salt, and I've got this container here, and I'm just going to put. This is my interpretation of some information I got off the internet. I'm just going to spread this all out. Make sure.
So how are you going to do it differently this year?
Well, we got to go down to the supermarket and get some rice wine vinegar.
Right.
So we're going to salt it all down. Oops. You can see how beautifully that knife cut it. Now I've got 1 layer there. I'll just salt that and do another layer.
And you keep going, do you? Until
I feel as though we're doing enough.
Finished.
Well, I'm just putting on my last layer now. I got onto the ones that we did on the video, and it's. I'd gotten it down to a fine art by the time we did these ones. The first ones were a bit uneven, but the ones I did on the video was towards the end. And even that one there, there's 2 in that. Beautiful.
They look lovely.
They look, yeah, and they're supposed to go pink. So let's see what happens.
Well, they're starting to go a bit pink now.
Yeah, well, one of the recipes I found, they say to use food colouring.
No, we're not using any artificial colours.
I don't want to use any food colouring. So
this house is free of additives.
Hopefully we can get them pink, just the fact that it's young. I think I missed one over there in that corner. So now the idea now is to give it another good layer of salt, and I'm going to cover it with a tea towel and leave it for about 3 or 4 hours. One recipe said to use 1 hour and one said 5 hours, so anywhere between 1 and 5 hours. And our crystallized ginger has come to a simmer, so I've turned the heat down a bit.
It smells lovely.
Put the time on, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to take them off at midday. Our crystallized ginger has been cooking, simmering for a good hour. Maybe a bit over an hour, and I've lost a bit of liquid. So I'll now I've turned the heat off. I'm just going to let it sit for about 20 minutes after looking at a few different recipes on the internet. What I've done is with getting onto the pickles, they've been pickling for about an hour. I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours and then go down the street and get some rice wine vinegar. So it's been sitting for 20 minutes, so I'm just going to drain the syrup there. fantastic. And oh, yeah, it smells beautiful.
Oh, it smells incredible.
I'm just going to, now, the idea now is to let it completely drain, or as much as we can, and I might reduce that syrup down a little bit more. So I'm just going to, here's our looking fantastic crystallized ginger. So we learnt the hard way. We're going to let it completely drain and completely cool it down.
Bit.
Yeah, and dry a bit before we put the sugar on it.
So now we've got two products, the ginger and the beautiful syrup, which Jeff's going to reduce a little bit more. It's just beautiful.
Give it another 30 minutes and simmering, and let it reduce it down a bit more so we get the right syrup that we're looking for. We're on to our pickles now, so what I'm going to do is put it all onto these paper towels, and then I'm going to completely dry them with some other paper towels. So we're going to let it completely dry out, and go with the sugar after that. Righto, so while I'm drying, actually it's amazing how much liquid's coming out of this ginger. So what I've got in my saucepan, I've got a small saucepan here. I've got 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of rice wine vinegar. I'm just going to dissolve that and bring it to the boil. And we've also got a nice glass jar that's been sterilised. So all our, I'm just going to put our ginger in, and we've got our rice wine vinegar. It's come to the boil. I think the next step,
it looks like it's going to all fit.
The next step is to just fill it up with the liquid. So our crystallised ginger's been drying out for about 4 hours, and what I've got here is 1/4 cup of caster sugar and 1/4 cup of raw sugar. So I'm just going to mix those together, and right now I've got my sugar combined. I'm just going to pour it over our crystallised ginger. I'm just going to mix it all through, and you can see it taking shape almost instantaneously. Now, as soon as this is done, we'll be able to have a taste of this, but we have to wait a bit longer to have a taste of the pickles. So apparently we've got to wait a few days to let the pickles cure. Right, so here is the finished product of our crystallised ginger, and there's our
it looks beautiful.
Ginger pickles. I'm going to let that sit in the fridge for a few days and see if it turns a beautiful shade of pink. It's a nice shade now.
Yes, it's
and here's our ginger syrup. We're going to have a taste of this, see what it tastes like.
Oh, it's beautiful, Jeff.
Very Moorish, isn't it? These won't last long.
I like it thin like that.
So, okay, anyway, we'll close now, and we'll catch you later. All the best. Bye.